Miss Universe 2015, Pia Wurtzbach has done and conquered many things in her life. Now that's from winning the coveted Miss Universe crown to starring in hit films and now writing her very own novel. And Pia will soon release Queen of the Universe. To tell us more about that, joining us live is no less than, of course, the Queen herself.
Good morning. Awake and alive. 6
Pleasure to have you.
Definitely. Okay, so let's talk about the book. I mean, it took a long time. I mean,
Yes.
you have been sitting on this
Yeah, it's been
pre-pandemic. I mean,
yes.
Okay.
So it's been actually even during my year as Miss Universe, they already, the team at Miss Universe organization, they already said, if you have any ideas, just write them all down because one day you might do some of these ideas you have. And so, there are a lot of traveling. So one night in a plane, I was just like, I'm gonna write a few ideas down for any books. So, and then fast forward to, a lot happened, of course. But I remember going into ABS-CBN Books and presenting them with a few ideas, like almost pitching a few ideas and being like, okay, here are my ideas. What do you think will be successful? And they're like, this one. So
What did they pick? What was that? What was in that, all of those ideas?
okay, so I still want to do the other book, so I'll keep that a secret for now. But with this one, a lot of people think it's a biography, but it's loosely based on my life story because the main character, Cleo, sounds like me because she lives with her mom and her sister, and she also has this big dream of proving herself in the entertainment industry. She's a frustrated actress and a model, and then she joins a pageant. Sounds familiar, right? Sounds very familiar, but then, I've made it spicier and meatier, of course, for the young readers who will have it. It's not a pageant book. I want to stress that. So you'll relate to this even if you don't have any interest in pageants. So it's just so happened that there's a part there where she joins a pageant.
Congratulations, by the way, with bagong kasal.
Yes.
Newlywed. Pero how are you able to fit in? Because you're very, very busy. Tapos yun nga, yung personal life with the Jeremy. How are you able to fit all of that in and still be able to do
That's
the
why she's queen.
Universe.
She can do it.
Wow. I'm really lucky because Jeremy just keeps pushing me and motivating me to just try these new things and to just keep going for my goals. I mean, I always wanted to have a book, but then to actually feel it and see it and know that this is something that other people are going to be able to get their hands on and, have a read through a long time of hard work is really a fulfilling experience. So I'm just really glad that we're now at this point where I can promote it, launch it. This was ready actually in 2020, but I wanted to be able to promote it in person and to do any of the book signings and the meet and greets. So I said, let's just put that launch on hold. I have a feeling we'll find the right time to do this, and we're here now.
Exactly, you have. Now, Pia, you've been through so much in your life, you've achieved so much, and you've been very open about your mental health struggles in the past, especially after you just came off the Miss Universe win. You and Cleo, you're the same but different. How is she different from you?
I would say she's a bit, well, no, wait. We're both stubborn. I was going to say stubborn. There are a lot of similarities between me and Cleo. There's some mistakes that I wouldn't make, though. So I'll leave that as a little cliffhanger.
It's a nice little cliffhanger.
Yeah.
People are going to be wondering. Was it therapeutic? Was it therapeutic to write the book? Did it help?
Yeah,
Was it
It was fun because it was a chance for me to kind of put in little details of my experience, but slightly change what happened, or maybe I'll change the name, things like that. So some of the characters are, of course, all of the characters are completely fictional.
Yeah.
But if you read it, some of it sounds familiar.
Yeah, sure.
So it's up to the readers to decide which is real and which is not real.
How many sounds familiar do you have in that book of yours? How many juicy tidbits are Very good.
I'm just excited for everyone to be able to read it. I think it's something that's an easy, light read. I remember when I got the physical copy for the first time, I just wanted to go through it again, even though I've done that so many times. And then, I don't know if it's me as an author na nakilig lang ako, but I went through like one third of it in one sitting. So it's a light and easy read.
Wow, galing ko. Yay.
Galing ko.
It's so interesting that you mentioned earlier how even though someone who's not into pageants will be able to get something from this book, and that's very nice to hear. But for your future, I sort of got a little bit that you plan to have future books. Is that sort of the trajectory that Pia wants to be as an author? It's like sort of delve away from what Pia is known for pageants, and just like see a different side of Pia with every book.
Yeah, definitely. I will always be grateful for the opportunities that Miss Universe gave me. But it's also been 8 years now, and I am ready to kind of introduce a new phase of my life and discover new things. And what I'm really passionate about now is just sharing what I know and my knowledge. And I see myself just being sort of like a mentor, but not a pageant mentor, more like just sharing what I know to younger women, the younger audience.
And men, we
Yes.
We're taking down notes too. Ikaw ang dami ng sinusulat na notes eh.
We can all benefit from some life coaching from Pia.
We're not going to stop with books, obviously. What else is on the horizon for you?
Okay, so later this year, I'm also doing another TEDx talk. I was invited in November for another TEDx talk. I'll be posting more about that closer to the time so people can try to catch it if I'm able to upload it. I'm sure we'll be able to, but that's really exciting. The next few months will be quite busy of me doing more of these. This is my first, actually, interview to promote the book, so thank you, CNN.
Love it.
And it's going to be a busy few months, but I'm really excited. And yeah, I feel so grown up doing this. I'm here, I'm on CNN Philippines.
Ano pang gustong gawin ng isang Pia Wurtzbach? Because you've done pretty much everything. Now there's a book, and sabi, tinanong nga ni Pia,
Bagong
what's the
kasal.
rest? Bagong kasal.
Bagong kasal pa, di ba?
Being a mom, is it one of the or being a morning show host?
Okay, so I'm open to all of those possibilities. Of course, one day I would love to become a mother and to have kids. And Jeremy and I are very family oriented, and that's our dream. Is really to have kids. You know what? Coming in here, I was thinking, what I was looking at you guys earlier, I was thinking, parang kaya ko yan.
Kaya mo yan.
Pwede ka anytime.
Suits you very well.
Good morning to you guys. So what I really see myself doing now in the next phase of my life is, like I mentioned, is to share more of what I know. I feel like I'm at a phase where I've reached a level, I don't think it's the peak, but I've reached a level of success where I now have the chance to share it to other people.
Yep.
So I don't mind sharing what I know to, somebody who's an aspiring candidate or an aspiring model or just has a dream. Like, I am very much generous with what I know to just share it. One way of doing that is to start with this book. Eventually, I would love to do more self-help books, maybe. That's what I'm really passionate about. And yeah, I'm very grateful that I'm at this phase of my life where I can just pass it on, pass it on to someone else.
I mean, you've done all the hard work. I mean, it's time for you to sit back, relax, and reap all the glory. You do have your podcast. You say it is on hold, but that's also another way where you can reach out and help all these aspiring.
The podcast was a pandemic baby that we had. I mean, at first it was just something that we wanted to do to connect us friends. Kaming tatlo na mga co-host ko there, Carla and Marian. And you know what? It honed my hosting skills a lot. So if you're doing a weekly podcast, you get better at interviewing people and doing things on the go, like live. So I feel like that really helped me. And also, it opened up this new interest of doing shows like this, like podcasts and doing interviews and hearing more about other stories. I am used to sitting, like right now, ako yung madaldal, ako yung nagkukwento. But I also find it really interesting to just sit down and listen to somebody else's story.
You definitely have a wonderful story to tell.
I know. And you're going to be sharing most or more of that story. You're a special guest, actually, at the Manila International Book Fair for the launch, of course, of your book. What's going to be happening when you join them?
Yes, so I'll be there all day, actually. I'm making myself available there all day. So to anybody who ordered pre-order copies from Fully Booked, I will be handing it to you, signed copies. Let's take pictures. I'm really excited to see and meet everybody who gets their hands on the book. So yeah, I'll be there. I'll be able to mingle with everybody. It's the best way to do things, you know. It's
Absolutely.
the best way to connect with your audience.
Well, you know, we're so excited for this. Thank you so much for being with us here this morning. Look, you know, they all look so happy.
Bakante yung upuan na yan. Kung gusto mo, if you want to join us.
Like I said, you look very good in that
There you go. We will save that for you.
I agree.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.